Rendezvous, pick a time we meet. Maybe then we are both complete. And by then I fall and find my peace. It's been turbulent, we overseas. Too much going on below the surface. Try not to touch.
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. As you know, the last time I shot with Florence on her YouTube channel, Go With The Flow. You guys, I'm joking. Welcome to Go With The Flow with Florence. This is a place where, remember, as I said, you get entertained. And today we're going to be having conversations that I would really rather run away from. But Florence dragged me here with my red hair.
Yeah, Sharon is back again, guys.
Yeah. My name is Sharon, in case you don't know. If you don't know, why?
Yeah, you should know that by now. You should be
Should.
following her on Instagram. And me too on Instagram.
Her.
I will leave our Instagram
Details
in the description link.
Exactly.
So today we're going to be talking about life after graduation.
Definitely.
Not in the deep way because I think we both graduated like last year.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
So it's not like we've been in the
For too
employment
long.
market
It's not
for
like-
a long time.
So like
But we're going to talk
pros.
about like I want us to talk about like the challenges, like being in a country that there's no employment for
Yeah.
foreign students.
Mhm.
We've never worked like whilst in uni,
Mhm.
and after uni you still cannot get employed
Mhm.
because you need a work visa to do that.
Yeah.
And if you actually ever work, then you're doing it illegally, and a lot of times nobody wants to put themselves
in that
in
kind of
situations where
situation.
you're running around
Yeah.
every day and nothing is certain.
Yeah.
So I just want us to talk about like schooling in China,
Okay.
graduating.
Mhm.
Now after graduation, when everybody the question that begs for an answer, what next?
Yeah. I feel like before I answer your question, though,
Yeah.
I want to know how your graduation was like, because I remember recently we opened our borders, but at the time we were still debating if it was going to. So how was graduation like? For
I didn't
you?
have a graduation.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
It was
We took
sad.
pictures, but like there was.
You
no-
even took pictures.
Yeah. No, like I didn't take pictures in school though. I had to have them like send my graduation wear, and then I took pictures.
You did. Nobody sent anything to me.
Really?
No, did they? No, we had to buy on Taobao.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and my class were just like 5 of us that were left
Still
in China.
Yeah.
And so it was 2 boys. No, we're 6, 3 boys and 3 girls.
Mm.
But then we're not really friends with. I had just one friend that like was ready to. Oh,
Yeah.
let's do this.
Yeah.
We even planned on like, oh, should we have a graduation thing?
Mhm.
But then when the day came, we thought that because we're just 6 of us and there was no longer COVID at the time, that was July.
Yeah.
They would let us in school at least to just like take pictures and just have the experience. But then that did not happen. And when that did not happen,
Mhm.
we just did not feel like doing anything else.
Mhm.
But Pastor and I tried to have like, she makes cake, so she made like a cake for us. We tried to bring the life into it, but it just did not feel like
Like
you had a
graduation.
graduation yet.
For me, it was something.
I don't think anybody has seen, except people that I sent like pictures that I casually took with the dress I bought and wore like the graduation.
No, like,
thing.
babe, I
no-
had to take pictures. Are you joking?
Oh
like,
my
so,
God.
so, okay, so here's the thing. For me, it was equally, like, we did, at the time, I don't know if it happened to everybody in school, but we were asked to all go out of the dormitory.
Oh, me,
and
I
get
was already
houses.
living outside,
Yeah.
so I didn't have to go through that.
I was also living outside, but, like, everybody was asked to go out. And then the people that were still in China, in my set,
Yeah.
so most of them.
How many were you guys? In
I don't
your
remember
set?
exactly.
But you
Yeah,
guys
I
were a
don't
lot, like
We were
more than 6 at least.
Yeah, more than 6 probably.
Yeah.
No, actually.
You're like 6 or less?
About 6. Like, so, I mean, if you include the architecture students, because you
No,
don't
I'm just in a medical school. So when you say 6, the whole school,
Yeah.
the graduating international
Yeah,
students
we're just
that were in
6.
this country were 6. We're not more than
Okay,
6.
but, okay, we're more than 6 then.
Okay.
So yeah, what happened? Everybody comes outside of school, and then they had already taken some pictures prior in school, but it was just like for vibes. It wasn't anything serious. And then on the graduation day, that was actually the last day that everybody was supposed to leave our school. So we were now asking like the person in charge of international students, can we please come inside and just like
Take
take you know the
And then, like the way they were
the-
acting was very
the-
annoying because they're like, I'm not going to bring COVID. Like we do testing every other
every
day.
other day.
We nobody is in school. You're not there's
And,
no
and
extra
if you
contact.
want to, you can segregate us.
But
And then
Chinese
after
students
that,
were in
you
school.
sanitize.
That's what did not sit right with me.
Exactly.
Chinese people had like a proper graduation. And do you know what my school asked us to do? My teachers were texting to be be like, oh, do you want to come over to our house? Then we'll watch the live stream together. I was like, no.
Same. That's what they asked us. They told us they were going to send a link to our
No.
I was like,
they're like, oh, you can send to your parents. I said,
do you
think my
understand
mom
that it's
wants to
already
watch?
traumatizing
Yeah,
enough?
you think my mom wants to watch
spend
Chinese
how many years? 2 years online, like schooling.
Yeah.
And then now to come and graduate without, like the train of the heart and I
didn't have it.
my graduation was something I dreamed of.
Yeah.
And I feel like this just goes to show like expectations really is the killer of happiness.
Yeah,
and
and
joy.
it can bring a lot
Because-
of disappointments.
Yeah, because last year was supposed to be one of the things where I had to constantly remind myself
So
that
I
I've
graduated.
because
I couldn't even share online because I didn't feel like the joy that you share.
Yeah.
I didn't feel it myself. So sharing
yeah,
it,
like are you seeing what's happening right now?
So I
in
think-
Nigeria currently,
Yeah.
like so lots of people are graduating from universities and they have the shirt sign and they have like they're throwing big part.
And then you know what? I think that after graduation we even went back into lockdown. So it's like
Yeah.
the problems were just like a
exactly.
lot.
We did. We went back into lockdown. I think 2 months or a month after.
Yeah, and then
so it was just very
my teacher kept
interesting.
texting me, oh, you have to do tests. We know you've graduated, but you've not left
You
the
know
country.
what? I feel like the graduation we had was not it.
Yeah. Me
but definitely, it's better than.
I think one day I was talking to
Having
my
to-
friend that graduated as well, and we're just talking about like we remembered like being in med school, the days that we cried and we thought that like we don't want to
Yeah.
do this. Like I don't
Yeah.
really want to be here. And then she's like, I think we shouldn't take our graduation for granted because
Yeah.
this was blood, sweat, and tears. Like our
True.
parents did a lot for
I feel
us
like
to be here. And I think that's the only thing that reminded me to be grateful. But I don't think I still have the joy of like not
You
the joy of going to school and finishing.
Yeah.
Is the joy of that
graduation. Like
yeah, I don't have it.
Yeah, I feel like my mom always constantly like, for a while, like because when I was defending, I had to go through my mom. My mom is one of like she's one of the people that she would tell me when I'm wrong or when I'm right. So defending, I had to do a dry run with her so that she could tell me like, okay, maybe don't do this and maybe add some of that.
Yeah.
And then after we're done doing the mock defense, she was like, I told her I genuinely don't feel, I'm not feeling it.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to defend in front of my lecturers with like,
because
I
did
watched-
you do it on Zoom?
yes I did.
Oh,
I watched,
we don't have to write projects and do defense. So yeah, so to just find out
I
exams
watched-
for us.
that's nice.
Yeah.
I watched these guys that were my seniors when I was in year 1.
Doing it.
And I was like, I want to do that. Because I'm
you
talk-
kind of like debating.
yeah,
like,
I'm talkative and I'm eloquent and I know my stuff. Like I know what I wrote for my
Yeah.
thesis and I could not wait to defend. So like I was telling my mom like this doesn't feel
yeah.
the way I wanted it to feel. And she was like, you're defending.
It
Do
doesn't
you understand?
matter,
You
yeah.
wrote a thesis by yourself with the help of your supervisors, of course, but like this is just take it in.
And just enjoy the moment,
enjoy
even
the
though
moment.
the other things don't come.
And she
with it.
kept bugging me to take graduation photos. Obviously I wanted to take
I
graduation
think I
photos, but
want to
like,
believe
she
that
was
everybody
like,
in my life
"You
was
have to."
really disappointed because they thought I'll do this grand Instagram
Yeah.
post because
Oh, I
if you,
did it-
like for
it-
people that have been part of my
semi-grand.
journey, it was like a relief to graduate.
Yeah.
And so it's like this happened and then
Yeah.
they're like, you should be excited because
Yeah,
like this is a
you-
miracle. But
I actually think you.
I saw the miracle but I couldn't just feel the graduate.
I feel like it's like having your birthday and forgetting that it was your birthday,
Yeah.
or like having your birthday and not like nobody said happy birthday
Birthday
to
to
you.
you. Yeah.
So like you'll be happy that you've turned
because
a
I
year
feel like the
older.
day that
and you're
I
not
got
there,
my
but,
like my school sent certificate pictures.
yeah.
I posted on Instagram like months after I posted on Instagram. Then put it. Like, you know when you do a dorm, that was the last thing on my dorm. I put it last because I felt like nobody would reach there.
Yeah.
And if I tell you that I had, oh my god, congrats, I'm just like, oh, this is like people would have known like what I
Yeah.
think here. Anyway, do you like what you studied in school?
International trade and economics was my course in school.
Yeah, did you
And
like it?
genuinely, I feel like I have like I gravitate towards the arts.
Yeah.
I love acting and singing and dancing and
So
theater.
why not theater?
See. So I went to New York for a bit. I was actually So my dad said something to me when I was young, and I feel like it really resonated with me. He told me like you're already a creative.
So
Obviously,
go to school, get another
yeah,
degree.
get another degree. You're going to better that. You're going to polish that up with maybe a certification or something. But go to school and get a degree in something that would aid your. So I studied international trade and economics, and with that, like your knowledge on international trade your knowledge on international economics can help you in certain rooms where being a thespian would not, if that makes any sense. It's just like Loje, for example, I think he studied business admin, and he's a musician. So in certain rooms, he would know how to, as someone who studied business admin, like I'm going to be able to, I know how to probably navigate the business part of this music.
So that makes sense. Me, I studied medicine, right? I feel like growing up as a child, that's the only thing that I knew that I liked. Like what she was to become a doctor. And then I got to school, you're smart, so science class. And once you're in that, I was in SS1C, after SS1, SS2C, SS3C. C class was like, you know when you go to federal school, it's like A class is for like people that want to be lawyers, like B class is for accountants, C class is pure science, and D class is people that want to become engineers, like technical drawing, you do all this stuff. So being in C class just felt like all of us that wanted to be medical doctors. Or pharmacies or something, biology, but it was never anything that was any science course that wasn't medicine. So that's the only thing I knew that I wanted to become. Then I got.
Do you think it's different now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's why I'm telling the story. Then I went to Vinidion and then it was medicine. I transferred to another school, medicine. So that's the I feel like yes, I want to feel like there was also pressure from my parents, but I don't think that personally there was anything that
you knew.
There was a point where I felt like, I want to do like international trade and economics. Yes, I did. And then my mom was like, but you've always. So it's like everybody keeps reminding me like, but this is what you always wanted to do. This is what you wanted to do. And then it felt like, okay, I think I wasn't like strong enough in my decision because I felt like I was failing everybody because they had faith in how smart I was to become this doctor that they were saying.
Florence is very smart. I was talking to a friend and I just need to like put it out there. She's really smart. We'll go on.
And so I had come to China. Second year, I knew that this is not what I wanted to do.
Second year, and then you still had to go through the rest of the year.
I think I did it because
you
of my mom.
Okay, fair enough.
Like she being a single mom, losing my dad, and seeing how she's fought for us.
Yeah.
I'm now here. Me being here deprived my siblings of a lot.
Yeah.
And then it just felt like 2 years have gone in already. Third year is when I had the whole battling with. I really don't want to be a doctor. I really don't want to be. I was ashamed to say it because everybody constantly used to remind me like you're not failing in school. You're a straight A student. So what else do you want to do? And I didn't have an answer for. If they ask me what else I want to do, what do I want to do? Because now I'm in third year. 3 years have gone. I'm deep into it.
Go on. Yeah, go on.
And so I was there, and I just knew that was the first experience with deep depression where I'm like, I'm not enjoying what I'm doing. I don't want to be here. But then I will remember like my siblings, everybody else is losing out on a lot of things that they could possibly get in, and I'm here. And I want to trade away because of my feelings. Because every time I just felt like this your feelings like. Fourth year, I walked up the courage to tell my mom like, I don't know if I'm enjoying what I'm doing. But she's like, you're in fourth year, you have 2 more years. What else do you want to do? 2020, it was like, I can't do this. I can pass. Now, my whole focus was
just have a
graduate and give it to my mom. Graduate and give it to my mom. Graduate and give it to my mom. And I think that maybe there's a way that when I look back, I'm like, maybe there are ways that I could have handled it better. Maybe I should have started developing other crafts. But I was still afraid to try anything else. Like there's just so much fear and uncertainty. Because this is the only thing that I know. But now I knew I wasn't concentrating. I was just reading to pass my exams. I didn't care. Like my internship, I'll just go and come back, and my friends are like, I like when I'm talking to doctors. I like the idea of medicine. I enjoy talking medicine, writing and passing these exams, but I do not want to be a doctor. So now I'm not afraid to say. Now I say it and say, I don't know what next I want to do, but I know that this is not what I want to do.
I feel like where everything comes down to is we make decisions when we're kids. Like you made a decision to study medicine when you were barely 18, I guess. So like at the end of the day, it's okay when you're 20 something and you're like, maybe not.
Like that.
And also like when we're kids and fantasies seemed nice. Like saving someone was like for you who studied medicine was
Yeah.
like
Oh,
a thing
yeah,
where
it's like,
like
yeah, you want to help
I
out.
want to help.
Maybe
But
I
then you
want
see-
to, but
you-
like I
I'm
feel
sure
like
that you
it's how I
don't.
tell people that I might go back and do like a master's in
Yeah.
in something. Like I really want to do like a master's in dermatology or cosmetology.
Yeah.
I just didn't get in last year or sport medicine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't say it because people think it's ridiculous, like sport medicine. So it's like I just keep my ideas because I don't like. Okay, I have this thing where I don't tell people that don't understand the vision because I don't want you to water down something that is very important. So being a country that doesn't allow for international students to work during or after college, how have you managed, like, because for me personally, there are things that I think of, like, we don't have job experiences. We don't have experiences with working in any field. We've just been going to school, very dependent on our parents.
Very dependent on our parents.
So
How
has
you're
that
just going to let
affected
me
you?
like go out on a rampage. I'm going to rant
Yeah.
for a bit. So now this is low key an information for
People
those
that are interested in coming to school.
and also maybe if the government of China can also pick this up and maybe like
like it's
help
something
us
that people
because-
should talk about.
so all of these things you're doing from the pockets of your parents, which can be very draining because
Not all of us have like very wealthy
and on
parents.
top of that, most of us started like school when we're young, but not everybody's story is that way.
Yeah.
Maybe you start school at 25. At 26, you feel a certain way asking your parents for your second term, like your second year
school
fees.
fees, and then
Because
there's a lot
you're
of pressure.
grown, right? And it's a lot of pressure in the sense that you're now an adult. This is the age where usually you'd probably be married or settled or at least aspiring to do these things,
Yeah.
and you're still asking money from your parents that are back home. Sorry, going back to your question, I genuinely feel like the fact that we are not only are we not working, I don't know how to drive, and I'm past the age of legal driving.
Yeah, actually.
My sisters can drive, like, and they're much younger than me, so it's very
It doesn't like it's. China is a good place, but it doesn't allow for international students
to grow.
growth. Yeah.
Like there's a certain level of growth that you need. I genuinely feel like, and I genuinely fear that if I leave this country and I'm amongst my mates in other countries, I would feel
overwhelmed.
Yes, and I'll feel out of place. I'll feel like I'm not supposed to be in this room only because there's certain things that they probably know and like have experienced because of job opportunities and just the liberty to do certain things that I don't know. I don't know how to drive. Like, that is just bizarre to me because I remember in JS3 I was learning how to drive, and the fact that I am done with university and I don't know how to, it's just crazy. And it's not that I wasn't.
You've never worked a day in your life after you like during and after uni.
Do you understand?
And
for me, internship was such a big thing as
because
well.
there's certain things that you want to do as a person that you can't ask your parents for. Like you can't tell your parents you want to take a girls trip.
How are you going to explain that? Girls trip.
Like we have.
To the people that used to tell you that they walk to a stream to fetch water, why do you need girls trip for what?
Yeah, like.
Do you understand? Like, or maybe there's some things that you just have to experience by yourself as an adult. It's not every. Like, it's okay to tell them like based on like gist, but not. I need your money to go and enjoy my life
with my friends. Yeah.
It's a bit weird. So how do I feel about us not working?
Or have you
during?
managed? Yeah.
Right, babes, I feel like I don't even know if I like talking about how I manage because it makes me teary, and I also feel like it's
You're the one that said vulnerability, right?
I bet. It makes me teary, and not only that, it also makes me feel I don't want to trivialize the fact that I am in a country that most people wish that they could be.
I know, but you like. I feel like at this
irrespective
point,
of what I'm going through,
I never try to take away my experience because that's an experience. Like, yes, I'm here. I'm blessed to be here. But then there are other things that are really going on. That it's okay that I feel. Yes, don't tell me like, people will kill to be there, but it's what it is.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. But that being said, not working in China, I feel like okay, I have survived, right?
Yeah.
But then at the same time, it would definitely be better if I had internship. Like, see, let me not be paid. Let me just at least understand what I'm studying.
Yes.
Because I'm already paid. Already, I'm not like I'm not someone who's I don't gravitate towards theory. Remember, I said I like theater arts. I like practical. Can I ask you a question?
What?
I don't know if like anyone back home, maybe you were talking to them about possibly getting a job. And then they're like, send me your CV. I'm like, see what? Because unless you want to see my degree, that's the only thing that's gonna be there. I am hardworking.
Oh, I had to.
I am.
Like my friend Chika, I had to
What
text
you-
her and
what
be
would you
like,
put on your
Chika, can I
CV?
see what your CV looks like so I can create a CV
Because
I don't have
usually
any
in America
experiences.
you'd have like, oh, I've worked here
Internship,
and
yeah.
okay, I was in McDonald's for a while, and whilst I was there, I learned management. I was here
No, we haven't
under
learned.
this law
Yeah.
firm, and whilst I was there, I learned
We
that.
haven't learned.
What are we going to put on a
Nothing.
CV?
There's nothing.
Because unless I'll send you a
Yeah.
big paper that has CV, my name, my
my
degree.
degrees.
What else? And I am hardworking.
Extracurriculars. I know how to use Microsoft.
Yes, I know how to use a computer. I'm a computer literate.
Yeah.
So and then working after, I think that's even the more frustrating part, because you're done with school.
Yeah.
Your auntie sent congratulations,
Yeah.
and they're like, what's next? Do you understand?
I was going to ask you, like, as a first child
Mhm.
and first girl,
Mhm.
do you feel like the pressure?
The pressure is getting what's that? Are you joking?
Are you serious?
I'm a first daughter of seven.
7 girls.
Yeah, so we're 7 in the family, and I'm the first of 7.
Wow.
So it's not just pressure. It's like this one, they've mashed me. That
But the pressure is getting a job or getting married.
I guess like no. I think for me,
Yeah.
obviously I would love to get married. I want to get married. I
me too.
need a man. I don't want. I need a man.
Really?
Do you understand? Yeah, I need a man.
Oh, okay.
It's like,
I've never heard this. Like this.
do you know what my name is? My name is Sharon. It means beauty and fruitfulness. And the Bible says, be fruitful and multiply. Like, in my mind, I'm like, it's me that they're saying. I'm not saying I'm going to born 10 children or no. But I'm just saying that I need a man. I need a good man. I need a man of virtue. But back to what I was saying, the pressure is not really for marriage. Obviously, my mom has sipped it, like marriage, and my dad has like, you know what I'm saying. But for me, it's work, because I like working.
Yeah.
I've been working since I was 14. I've been doing things since I was 14. I have a lot of energy, and I like to do stuff. I might not be good at it, but just the idea that I am here and I'm learning and I'm assimilating by being there. I'm a very practical person. I'm not very theoretical. So just the idea of just being in a place and doing something and coming back with an experience or a lesson learned, to me, is just great. And then there's also socializing. I like work.
Yeah.
So not being able to have that as a graduate is a bit, it feels stagnant. And also in China, to extend your visa, if you're not doing a work visa or business visa, you have to be studying.
school.
So it just
So we
feels
have to
like,
go to class
have
that
you
we do
really
not want to
graduated?
be every day. Like that's my life.
have you
That's
really
my life right
graduated?
now.
What I wanted to say is, like, back to my sister asking for a phone. Obviously, I know, like, she talking to me is the first step. She's going to talk to my parents, and by the grace of God, they're going to provide that for her. It's not necessarily my responsibility, but the fact that I'm her elder sister, and I cannot do certain things like that, which I would normally do that when it's any other country.
Yeah.
Not saying that China is, but yeah, if
Not
I was
sure, if
working,
you're
if I was
even if
somewhere
you're at
else and I was
McDonald's,
working,
you can be like, oh, I have $200. You can buy
yeah,
something.
or I have $200. Let me give you 50.
Yeah.
Do you
Like,
understand? And maybe my parents add on
ask
to
money
that.
there for 100
Yeah.
or something. Like,
Or
no,
maybe
can't.
you said you don't need a tripod. You used to buy a tripod and a lighting just to make your
Yeah,
content
like,
better.
yeah.
So I feel like it's definitely this pressure, being a first daughter, a firstborn in general, like there's pressure. But I genuinely, I think our families have given us grace, because the fact that they're even like allowing us.
Yeah, my mom is still like very like, oh, you can't do this, and my siblings are like, oh, we get that it's hard, but.
You know, like a couple of days ago, like the immigration officers in my city came and they were having a conversation as to how we can get a job here, and I was like, you guys say that,
But it's not true. Like in real,
I hear it a lot. Am I in the wrong city?
No.
Wrong country? Like,
because
is that miscommunication?
you know when you go to
somewhere?
immigration, right? You see that thing that the board that is there that says you get a job visa for. I'm just like,
They make you sound like it's something you just come and you're like, hi.
I want the job visa because I can work. Like I'm ready to dedicate myself to this job.
Yeah. Give me one. And then everyone's going to be like, oh yeah, definitely. Wow, crazy. Yeah.
How do you feel when people ask you what next?
I genuinely
I'm very overwhelmed.
I think
I'm quick to be like, can we like
overwhelmed is definitely a feeling that comes to mind. Anxiety. Babe, do you know, like, for a very long time I haven't been able to sleep properly.
Really?
Like, obviously I sleep some days. Let's not even cap. Like, I sleep some days, but then like
half of the time, are you thinking about
A
it?
lot of times. Like, I feel like a year before I graduated, because I saw how
People that were here before you, what
they're
happened?
like, what, like,
Yeah, I really wanted to leave last
So,
year.
yeah.
Last year was very hard for me.
yeah.
I was going to, yeah, I'll come back to us talking about
Oh,
this, but last year was a lot because after graduation I had applied for masters in several countries and schools, right? I didn't get any. I'm not even playing. I didn't get any. It was even mind blowing because it didn't feel like I shouldn't have, because my transcript is amazing and I've written all my motivational letters and stuff, right? But then I didn't get any. Not even to schools that were accepting everybody.
Yeah.
And it was wild to me, like,
Why?
I was very heartbroken. I had a faith crisis, and I just felt like it was just sad because at that point I felt like maybe I'm not doing something right, or maybe it was a lot. And I was talking to someone, and they were asking me, "Oh, you should pursue." You know how sometimes people are just going to suggest like 1 million things they know you can't do, and they're telling you, "Oh, do this, do this, do this." Yes, that did not happen. Do this, and then I just felt like I couldn't. And in my head at that time was the voice of someone that used to be like, "You quit a lot." It took a lot for me to be like, "I'm not a quitter." Like,
It's just that, yeah. The resources
like,
I have are not just limited.
yes,
they're
like I think
non-existent.
that was the moment where I was
Yeah.
like, God, why do I not have the resources? Why do I not have the opportunities
Yeah.
that people have? Like, because now for me to do a lot of things, even when people suggest it, means that I have to have the money to do it. My mom has to, because everything you told me, I'm going to be like, I have to check with my mom. I can't provide, like, there's nothing I have going on for me. And so when I check in with her, and she's like, we can't afford that. She's not saying it like,
and most of these universities,
she's saying it in a
have
way
to-
that it's also heartbreaking for her, because
Yeah.
like, I want you to have that because that will open doors for you.
For
But
you.
then no, we can't do that.
And most of these universities, they have application fees,
Yeah.
visa, like
Yeah, so you don't want to waste it,
flights.
you don't want to do all those things and
Only
not now
to
get
hear.
it. Yeah, that you didn't get it.
I feel very I feel very blessed to have like certain people in my life where like you look at them and you're like, I know for a fact that this person is not lazy.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that this person, given the right resources, would do so much more.
Yeah.
And like having these people in your life and just knowing that, you know how we're sitting here, you're lifting me up in a way, and like by having this conversation where like you're not the problem, maybe leave. There was a reason why Abraham had to leave when like moving is definitely a thing that should be considered.
Like that's something that I really want to do. Like I
like
always
you said,
tell people that when I move out of China, I feel like at the airport I'm going to be crying and people are going to be like, "Oh, she's sad." She's like, "No, like no, it's like Thanksgiving."
I would love to visit China
again.
again.
No, I wouldn't.
I would.
I would.
The food. I think if I leave China after 6 months, I'll miss the food.
Oh, me, I'm not a fan of anything.
But yeah, I would love to visit China. And the reason why I'm saying this is, I would come back, but then I feel like leaving the country. China is a place where you come
and you don't stay.
Yeah,
It's
not
a development place
here.
at any point.
You don't. I feel like at the end of the day, like moving is definitely a thing I recommend. If you're in China, sorry, we're only focusing this on China. It's really
because that's our life after graduation. Like
yeah, but like wherever you are currently, unless God has told you to stay there, to stay put, because sometimes a place can seem like a desert and then
there's something like blooms for you.
Exactly. So unless that is your case and you feel like a good inkling that this is my case, definitely move. Definitely move. There's a lot of people in the scripture that God just kept saying, you know what, leave here, this is not for you. But
anyway, I wanted to know how this season of your life that has so much uncertainty, how faith has helped you.
Oh, child. I think in our last video I spoke about how I would really like to not identify, as the Gen Z says, as lukewarm. But I'm in a place where God, I love God and I want a relationship deeper than what I have with Him, and I'm working towards it. It's just like it's not just mouth. However, how has faith helped? There are days where I go to God and I'm crying to Him and I'm at His feet and I'm holding and I'm saying, "Baba, God, I beg." And then there are other days where I'm like, "God, you why now?" Like, do you know what's going on actually?
Last year, I got a a rejection letter to a school that I really, really wanted to go to on Good Friday. And I said, I called my mom. My mom is like the person that, my mom is very, I don't know if people know my mom, she's very loving. She allows you to be you. She just wants to be there, like
For you,
supporting
no matter
you.
what it is. Yeah.
And so I called her and because I texted my friend, I was like, I didn't get it. Because that's something that I was very like, this thing where you have faith in something and you're not like afraid. Like,
Yeah.
And so I texted my friends to be like, I didn't get in. But I didn't want to have any conversation after that. So when I texted my mom and I was like, I didn't get in. And she knew what I was talking about because that's the one thing that everybody knew I wanted at that point. And so she called me and she goes, God is good. And I was like, no, can I have this moment
where I'm just
sad?
I
was like, I don't want to hear anything else. I just want you to say, oh, you're sad. How are you feeling?
Yeah. Tell me.
Just rant about.
Yeah.
Then I was like, can I talk to you like when
I feel yeah.
So I just cut the call and left her. Like I felt bad, but in that moment, I just wanted to be. I also wanted to pity myself. I wanted to be sad.
Okay.
So I was crying and I was like, God, what's good about this Friday? I don't remember exactly what I felt like the Holy Spirit said to me, but I know that I wrote it down in my journal and I woke up I was still sad on Saturday. On Sunday was Easter Sunday. I think I had to serve in church at television. Then I'd gone and Pastor Stephen was preaching about, it was basically like when what you thought was going to happen didn't happen. When I heard the topic, I just slammed my laptop.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about how you would go to Florence's church is elevation, mine is transformation. And sometimes I'll go to Transformation Church and the message for that Sunday is uncannily. Why are you talking about me?
You know what?
Who texted you?
Wait, who told you I listened? I didn't listen.
Oh, I listened.
Oh, I didn't.
But do you understand? I actually understand you because there's some times where I feel so overwhelmed by the situation.
I was so
where
mad.
I'm
like,
I don't want to hear it.
I listened. I was in church because I had to serve, but I didn't listen to a word of it.
It was just plain in the background too.
It's like, when people are talking and you're just standing there and it's like, And then Monday, I go to, we have e-groups, but you can pick a day. It's like Bible study, your cell meeting. So my e-group is Monday in America, so it's Tuesday early hours for me. So I attend e-group and everybody's talking about somebody that was going through cancer. Was like, that message annoyed me because I checked, I went for this thing, my tumors, someone that was going through a divorce, and I was just like, that was the first day I was attending the e-group as well. Like that, I just joined that particular group, and I was just listening to everybody. I was just crying because then I was like, we're all like, I don't know why I'm here today because I didn't want to attend group because I was very sad. And then I went back to listen to the message, and I was just like, okay, God. I think that was a pivotal moment in my faith. Before, I used to be so afraid. I'd had like anxiety disorder from 2020 to 2022-ish. And 2020 at the beginning of the year, I was just like, God, I don't want to be scared. I don't want to be depressed. I don't want to have anxiety. I don't want to take antidepressants. I don't want to live on meds and people checking on me. I want to trust that I'm well. So that journey and all those things happening, it felt like a test. Like, do you really trust that I got you? And so fast forward to August, my visa was expiring. I was looking for a school in China because now my hope for leaving did not work. So now I've missed out on half of the schools, not half, almost every school had closed, and the people that were not offering something that was related to what I did. And so it's just like, okay, what am I going to do? Then I got the admission that I was talking about in the other video, and then it got cancelled. My visa was expiring. That was I need you, God moment. I got to trust moment. I want to be here moment. Like, it was just like at the feet of Jesus saying, okay, if you need me to go home now, then I will go home. Because I told my mom, like, if it comes down to, my mom never believed that God is so good. This year, I thought when I come to say, maybe I'll work illegally. I don't care. I'll just do whatever. But then nothing has worked out. So I feel like one day I'm going to talk about how this year has been. Maybe at the end of the year, I'll look back and tell people how faithful God has been. but I've been provided for in ways that I came into this year with I need a job. Also the mindset of you are my provider, not that job. I'm not going to eat because I have a job. I'm going to eat because you're my God.
So religion, how has it played a role?
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like in more ways than one, you have been able to say the things that I have felt.
Yeah.
At times where I genuinely feel like maybe let me give up, let me go back home. My mom is always like, your father has a house.
You can go.
Do you understand? Like, come back home.
You're loved at home.
It's really not that deep, babes.
Really?
And I told her, I gave her excuses. Election. She's like, okay. After election, they've not announced presidents. Okay, after they announced.
Really?
I've given her excuses because I genuinely have, I don't know, for some reason I have like a crippling fear of going back to Nigeria after living so comfortably and lazy here in China.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to.
Yeah, me. When
it's
people
going
tell
to
me come back home, maybe you
frustrate
find
me.
I'm like, what am I going to do? Because I don't know.
I'll be
What
highly
I can't-
from no.
I don't know what they can do.
First of all, like I'm a woman now.
Yeah.
I left my mom a child.
Yeah.
So 2 women are in the house.
And you're asking for recharge card money.
You're asking for money for come on.
But it's the same. But it's
You-
the same thing here.
Yeah, but I'm far away from you.
Oh,
Then
there's
I
no
don't-
shame.
There's shame, but like I don't know
It's
how to.
not as deep as
And I'm not doing it in front of my sisters. I'm calling you on the phone. So my sisters will not.
no whether you're
witnessing-
sending me money
yeah,
or not.
Yeah. When I send them recharge card, they don't know if I'm sending them from my account or from
or
their.
what your parents sent to you.
So like it's just a lot of things where I'm like, I know my father's house is there and I know they're going to provide for me. I'll eat nicely.
Yeah.
But I just don't want to be in a situation where I feel I'm first of 7. Come on.
So are you still afraid of what's next?
Honestly, as a human being, there is anxiety. But because I survived last year, babe.
Yeah.
See, what I went through last year cannot be spoken of. I don't know how to. I can't talk. Have you noticed that we talk at it? Okay. But like when it has to do with expressing myself,
Yes.
I don't know.
Or things that you went through.
Yeah, I don't know why it feels blunt.
Yeah.
Like there's some times where it just goes, it flows really nicely, and then I try it again and it doesn't come out the same way. So yeah, like for me, every single time I think of last year and the fact that I survived it, I don't know.
You're
There's
not
kiss,
afraid to-
but there's also anxiety.
For me,
as a
I
human
feel like
being.
I'm what changed like my mindset even when anxiety tries to come, how I'm very focused on like my faith is I'm trying to just be focused, and my faith has been kind of unwavering, and I want it to stay that way. I want to just trust God. I read the book of Job and I saw that Job didn't lose everything he had because of the devil wanted to play with God. There's this verse where that says that in Job's heart there were times where he used to be afraid of things that if he loses everything, and then that came to pass. So your fears could manifest into reality, right? So now I'm not like afraid of anything. Even when fear comes, I'm quick to banish the thought and say and speak the things that I want to see. So and I'm always like out of my how the Bible says that out of your belly comes out rivers of living water. So out of this belly, what's going to come out? So the words that I speak forth are going to bear fruit.
Mercy.
So it's not like it might not happen right now.
Yeah.
But there's never a time where I'm going to be like, this will not, because the fear is that it will not happen for me, or what if nothing, like, so it's always going to, like, I will do everything I'm doing and I'll do it well. Even when I get to places where I don't have experiences, I'll get opportunities because favor, I'm coded with favor.
And also
and
the
God
words
will
that
speak
you
for me,
spoke,
yeah.
like,
They're going to come alive.
tapping into that one. Like, definitely, I feel like,
So that's it for me.
So I'm guessing this is the end of our conversation. This was really good, and I hope like
It's
somehow,
like whatever is going through, whatever you're going through, just
it might
know
not be
that-
the same exact similar situation. It could be something else, but have faith. This might be your 3rd time writing jam, or like it could be anything, whatever it is, really.
No matter how long it is, I think that there's always
there is
breakthrough,
God.
there's going to be
There is
breakthrough.
God, and maybe this message is reaching you at a time where you feel like you've sinned and you're unworthy of like calling his name, or you're not his child per se. I am not holy. I'm not sitting here saying like my slate is clean.
Yeah.
Just know that the people that
He's
need
always
to be
there,
in the hospital,
and I don't know, but praying, like, people need to stop saying that prayer. It has to be a specific way. If God can
just talk to him.
understand every language, he can understand even the simplest form. So if you're afraid, you can call on him, and he will give you peace.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was great having you again.
It
I
was
feel like we'll
really-
be doing this a lot.
It was really good being here.
You like being here, say?
Say
Say it.
I managed.
But anyway, you might see her again. She might be here regularly if I don't have anybody to talk to.
Oh, wow. Look, you see, are you seeing? No, it's not. Nah, I'm not coming anymore.
You are.
Babe,
We're going
if
to
you don't
do
have
some
anybody to talk to,
admission
it's not
thing.
like,
Oh!
we can even do it tomorrow. Can you imagine? Look at this.
3
But
videos
yeah.
in a row. Who
Are
are
you
these
joking?
girls? But anyway, see you
See you
guys.
guys.
Soon. Bye.
Bye.